Hello, hello, and welcome back to the Holistic Witch's Cottage. My name is Melissa, and I am the Holistic Witch, and today I am joined by Momo the Wonder Dog, who's sort of sleeping. He's had sort of a weird, wacky, energetic morning. I'm not sure what's going on with that guy, so we'll see how that works during today's podcast. Today there will be a little recap about the 4th of July, and then we'll talk about everybody's favorite topic, or at least one of my favorite topics, be talking about coffee today. The magical correspondences of coffee, a little history, and some fun recipes for fancy coffee drinks that you can use for spell work. So at least that's the plan for today, and we'll see how far I go off the rails on that. So recap. The 4th of July fell on a Saturday. I posted a lot of, I like those cutesy Americana kind of memes, and some people were liking them, some people were ignoring them, and I got some Facebook hate. Oh, who would have predicted that? Me, always. Okay, so I understand that for political reasons, some people did not want to celebrate or acknowledge the 4th of July or the 250th birthday in any way, shape, or form, and I respect that. I also know that some people like the cutesy memes. People have reached out to me and they say the reason they follow my page or my groups is it's kind of a lighter side, makes them feel good kind of thing. So if my posting, cutesy memes sometimes offends some people, I think it brings some happiness to more people. So I'm just going to go with that because we're all different. I had posted there would be no parades, no big 4th of July celebrations here at the cottage. My husband's work usually takes him away on major holidays. So when a holiday falls on a Saturday, which is generally a day off for him, the only real guaranteed day off, and that could change at a moment's notice as well, but Saturdays is basically a day off here at the cottage. So when a holiday falls on a Saturday, that's one of the few opportunities our family gets to celebrate all together. All the lights just flickered off, so I hope we stay strong and well with the Wi-Fi here. Okay. Oh, another flash. Weird. Okay, well, we'll go on. Okay, so we decided, since it was lovely weather, to go up to the lake and just hang out on the kayaks, and we even took fishing stuff in case we decided to do a little fishing. We knew the forecast called for storms to roll in around 4 o'clock or so. Being in tune with nature and weather patterns, hubby and I, don't have to 100% rely on what the weather app is saying, but we knew what it said. We knew what we were looking at going in. So we had a lovely day out on the lake. Saw some pretty flowers along a shoreline of a new cove that I wanted to explore. It gets real shallow there, and I was having trouble getting close enough to identify it. I don't know how hubby paddled out there to get pictures of them. I thought that they might be mountain laurel, which is the Pennsylvania state flower, but something just didn't quite seem right, and it was just a little too far for me to see. But somehow he paddled out there, got great pictures. and they were wild roses, so that was kind of a fun treat as well. We decided to cut it short because we could feel the change in the air, and we came home and had some 4th of July sort of traditional foods to grill. We did hot dogs for the kiddo. We had salmon and portobello mushrooms and some cool stuff. Found out later that the spot we were at was hit by a major storm, probably about an hour after we left. We don't know yet if our kayaks are okay. We keep them up there in a slip, and they are locked securely to posts, but there was a lot of damage and trees fell on boats, and we don't know yet because we went from 102-degree weather to tremendous rain and flash floods all around our area. We are safe at the cottage. We are good. Everything's fine here. We are not so sure about our kayaks. So we'll be finding out later in the week. Some roads are still closed up there. There's still some flooding. So we will find out later in the week if we can get in. So, beautiful day turned to tremendous storms, and nature and life can turn on a dime, and it certainly did in more ways than one. So, today the topic is coffee. So, with the help of my Google search thingy, I'm just going to read directly from what came up. Coffee, magical correspondences, are swift energy, grounding, and transformation. Widely used to speed up spell work, break hexes, enhance divination, and banish negative energy. Coffee is mainly associated with fire and earth, planets Saturn and Mars, and coffee is the perfect catalyst for intentional manifestation. Coffee also has an association to Hecate through dark roots and liminal spaces. So what are some things we can do with coffee as a magical acceleration? Yeah, I just completely screwed that up. As a magical application. Spoiler. Number 1, spell acceleration. Coffee can be used to boost your spells. Whether you drink it to boost your own energy when you're doing spell work or adding it to an appropriate spell, coffee can be a spell booster. Some of my other favorite boosters are cinnamon and cardamom, and so if you mix those three together, it's like the triple threat of coffee, cinnamon, and cardamom for the triple threat super booster. Number 2, grounding and protection. You can use grounds on your altar or grounds in your spell work. And I know, like, some people are really into the spell jar thing. It is not my thing at all. It is not my thing. But if you're into the spell jar thing, coffee is something that many of us already have in our homes. I go into that kind of thrifty witch thing about we often don't have to go out and buy special ingredients to do that type of work. We can usually use things that are already in the home or easily accessible. And for many, coffee is one of those things that is easily accessible. Wonder Dog's getting a little fidgety. Okay. Calm down. You're good. Number 3. Now let's go back to number 2 for a second. Using grounds on your altar. if you're representing all the elements on your altar, and I generally don't do that, but if you are, coffee is an easy way to represent the elements of fire and or earth. So you could use it to cover both or one or the other. Your call, your choice on that, if that's your thing. You can just put it in a little pouch, little sachet, little spell jar, however you want to do that. Number 3, divination, tasseography, very commonly known as tea leaf reading, but you can also do it with coffee grounds. It's when people read the grounds or the tea leaves in the patterns left on a cup. There's different ways to do it. I really dislike grounds in my coffee, but sometimes that happens accidentally, and if it does, that gives you a little chance to do some divination. Now, the way I was taught, and I kind of hate all the pictures on the internet, like somebody will just dump sludge in a cup and take a picture of it and say, what do you see? And people see all kind of things. I was taught that there's a very specific way to do tasseography. You're generally using a cup or a mug with a handle, and the handle should turn, like if you're looking at your cup, I'm looking at my decaf chai tea latte right now, because I'm still off coffee. I'm still in elimination stage of AIP, so this is my homage to coffee since I can't have any yet. But I have this decaf chai, which is okay. This chai tea is okay. And so I'm staring directly at my cup. It's right in front of me. And I'm using a tea bag, so I won't be able to read afterwards. Although I did put some extra spices, a little clove and ginger and cardamom in that. So maybe I could read it after if I wanted. Maybe I will. I don't know. My handle is facing, I'm looking directly at my cup, and the handle is facing to the right. So that's the way I was taught to do tasseography, or to read tea leaves, or in this case, coffee grounds. I read by quadrants. I just don't look for one shape in a mass of whatever's in the cup. I read by quadrants. So the top of the cup would be north, and then the handle would be east, the bottom would be south, the other side directly across from the handle would be west, the top of the cup around the rim is the future, the middle, the sides of the cup is the present, and then the bottom of the cup is the past. And then you look for specific shapes within the quadrants, and the quadrants correspond to the elements, and it's a whole thing. So there's many ways to do it, but that's how I was taught to do it. It's like a whole thing. It's not just what do you see in the cup? I see something that looks like a dog. Oh, well, that means you'll be seeing a dog or getting a dog or whatever. People do things differently, but for me, it's a pretty involved thing. Like I said, I really don't care for when grounds are in my coffee. I usually dump it if that happens, and there's not much left in the cup to read after that. But I prefer to read tea leaves. I feel that it spreads around the cup better. But if you have the means and want to try it, you can certainly do a reading with coffee. And if you want to learn how to do that, maybe we'll do another full podcast on that someday. But there are many references. There are many books. The Modern Witch's Guide to Divination with Coffee was one that popped up on my Google search, and I've never heard of that book before. So whatever. Apparently it's out there. So you can do your own research. Number 4, altering consciousness. And this was specifically in regards to like Sufi monks that deprive themselves from sleep for prolonged periods of time by brewing and dosing on strong coffee until they go into like a trance like phase with chanting and mantra and alter consciousness to go into a shamanic state, which was pretty cool. And I don't know much about that. Although sometimes I wonder, like, my coffee habit was getting out of control. And because my energy levels are so low, I was pretty much surviving on coffee all day. So, I wonder sometimes how much was me and how much was me in altered state on coffee. Now that I'm off coffee, like I'm sleeping a lot. I'm tired a lot, which isn't great, but trying to fix what's wrong so I can go back on coffee again and start the cycle all over. Yeah, just a little bit. I think 1 cup in the morning wouldn't be a horrible thing. All right. So that's a little bit of the history. Well, I didn't go in like the history of making or brewing coffee. I took some like online barista courses on like Allison and Udemy, and some of those are free and really cheap. So if you want to learn more about the history and the cultures of coffee, it's all out there if you want to get into that some more. So I'm going to post a cute meme from like Child Soul page. That's kind of what inspired me to do this today. I saw a really cute meme with coffee recipes on it. So we're going to move on to that part of the podcast now, the actual little recipes and the spells, and I will have a meme posted on the cottage page that will go with this. Okay? So this is based upon a meme. Number 1, and there were 10 recipes, 10 cutesy pictures on this. Number 1, iced coffee classic. They're using coffee. They're not specifying the type or the brand or whatever. When I say coffee, it's coffee. You use whatever you want and however you want to make it. It's up to you. They are using coffee, milk, and sugar over ice. I already said that coffee represents earth and fire. Milk is always for abundance and sometimes fertility. Not necessarily fertility like for pregnancy, but fertility of creativity, fertility of new beginnings, fertility to start your day. Sugar for sweetening and attraction, and ice is that water element for healing, and ice is chill. So all of the elements are represented except air, and air will usually be represented by the motion of creating the coffee. In this case, we're creating our grounding, attraction, sweetening spell by stirring. Now, if you stir clockwise, you bring it to you. If you stir counterclockwise, that can take things away, banish. Okay, so I'm not sure why anyone would want to banish attraction or banish abundance for themselves, but possibly for somebody else, and we'll leave it like that. You can use your discretion on that. Number 2, Dalgona coffee. This is instant coffee, sugar, hot water, and milk. And our element will be whipping. So this is a very frothy coffee drink. And again, that grounding, protection, attraction, abundance, all the same as the first one, but we're adding more air, okay? Whipping is adding more air, more healing, more connection to the air element. I'm fussing with my paper because it's not cooperating with me. Number 3, caramel iced latte. We're using espresso for this, so that's a different product. Espresso has a very specific way that it's produced. There's different ways to do it. I mean, whether you have a real espresso maker or some people buy that other stuff and do it in a coffee pot. However, you're doing espresso, we are concentrating the grounding and fire element. And if you're adding steam, you're adding the water element. Very elemental, very concentrated, very powerful. So I would think in a magical correspondence that using espresso would be a much more powerful spell booster than straight coffee, cold brew coffee, regular brew coffee. But that's just my take on it. We're adding milk again for abundance, caramel this time. So I like to just do like the brown sugar thing. I don't add syrups much, but Kiddo loves to do the syrups. I like to blend brown sugar right into my coffee. I like to work with substance and not so much processed stuff, if that makes sense. Brown sugar is an extremely warm, elemental form of a sweetening. So again, a little different than a white sugar. Correspondence is going to be a little bit different, a little more earthy, a little more powerful. And ice, so we're getting that chill element again. So very powerful booster. Maybe you want to use it as a sweetening freezer on somebody with abundance. Maybe we're going to skip the milk on that. Maybe you're not going to latte it up. Maybe you're going to skip the milk and use it as a grounding, attraction freezer for someone. I don't know why you would do that, but I don't know what everybody's personal goals are. We're stirring that, so less of the air element. Okay? Number 4, iced mocha. Coffee, cocoa, milk, sugar, and ice. All of the other things we discussed before, cocoa brings an element of earth, more grounding, and also that element of attraction and love. So iced mocha. Well, hot mocha, I would probably think more as a love spell, because when we put the ice on, that's more of a chiller. It's more of a freezer. So I don't know if you stirred it counterclockwise, maybe to block love. Maybe I just invented an anti-love spell. Something to think about, guys. You have the power of creation with this. Number 5, affogato, which is espresso again, so that powerful booster. Vanilla for calming, and ice cream, and it's a pour over. So I guess we're getting some element of air because the ice cream was probably whipped in some way. But this is a pour over, so it's very healing. And ice cream, I suppose you could choose any flavor combination you want, and that would add different elements to your strong calming boost. That sounds weird, huh? I'm going to get hyped up on espresso. I'm going to calm with the vanilla, and then who knows what possibilities you might add with your ice cream. That could be interesting to play with. And when I'm allowed to have those things again, maybe I will do so. Number 6, coconut iced coffee. They are using coconut milk. In this, coconut has an element of water and the sun. So again, fire element, coconut milk, coffee, sugar, and ice, and a stir. Okay, so pretty much the same as our iced coffee, but we have a little different element, little different healing, little different take on the coffee spell by adding the coconut. Number 7, honey latte, one of my faves. Okay, and the way I do mine is when they're mixing theirs, I froth mine. I froth my milk and add honey to the milk and then froth it together. I don't really add my honey to the coffee. I add my honey to the milk and then froth it. So coffee, milk, and honey, and they're mixing. I'm a frother. I like to froth. Yay, that sounds funny, huh? I like to froth. All right. Very grounding, very healing. Honey is very healing and also an attraction spell. Brown sugar coffee. Okay, I kind of gave this away with the caramel one. Coffee, brown sugar, milk, and ice. They're doing it as a pour over and stir. Again, all the other elements, brown sugar, strong, earthy attraction. They're stirring. I'm probably frothing. Number 9, chocolate cold brew. I've gotten this out at a restaurant. Well, it's probably like McDonald's or something. I think it was Wendy's, actually, because Wendy's does a pretty decent cold brew. Cold brew, chocolate syrup, milk, and ice mixed. Same as the one using the cocoa. It's a love element, love correspondence. But I'm not so big on the syrups. I don't generally do that at home unless I'm completely out of everything else, which really doesn't happen here much. Number 10, final recipe, vanilla iced latte. Coffee, milk, vanilla, and ice. This is very similar to the other one that we added vanilla, the element of calming. Put it over a chiller, and it's a stir. So there's 10 little cutesy coffee spell recipes for you. Stirring, frothing clockwise brings it to you. Moving counterclockwise takes it away. It can remove something. So that's a fact you can use for your own information and use that as you wish. Little different today. No big plans going out to the woods this weekend. I'll update you next time on how that went. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and the kayaks are okay where they are at. Hopefully we will be able to get in there. I think all the roads are supposed to be open by today, but they're calling for more storms again. We have just been getting racked with storms here. Wherever you are, I wish you well. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out on social media or Gmail me at The Holistic Witch. As always, blessings on your journey. My friend Momo stayed quiet for this one. Yay! Bye-bye.